So here we have a GE dryer, and it has a peculiar problem I would have said isn't, well, I shouldn't say it's not possible, but it's incredibly unlikely, which is we're unable to turn the dial. And in fact, when you pull the dial off and you take a look at it, you can try to turn the shaft with pliers and it won't turn. And as a result, we actually broke the knob in the shaft, and so that has to be replaced. This part has to be replaced now, as does the timing unit behind it. And that's what we're going to do. So I've gone to our local appliance store. Fortunately, this is a common problem, and I was able to purchase these. This was $13. The actual unit was $85. That's Canadian, so that's probably more like 75 Canadian, or sorry, 75 American, as our dollar is in the tanker at this moment. So let's figure out how to disassemble this and change those parts. So let's go around the back and you will see that there's a panel. So it's actually not very hard to replace. So I'm going to pull out that nut, so on and so forth around. And I can't do that and hold the camera, but suffice it to say that it's a standard Phillips, or you can just use a nut driver on it, and I'll just pull those out. So as I said, it's standard Phillips screwdriver. Take the screws out, put them down. They're all the same, so you don't have to be particularly careful with them. This lifts up, I think. Ah, it does. Yay. And out. There we go. That's just a ground wire, so we don't have to worry about that. And let's just take a look at what's inside. All right, there's the unit. So we have to take that out. And the easiest way to figure out what screws in where is to take a new one and look for connections. So let's just grab one. Oops, loud much. There we go. So it looks like it just slides in here and here. It looks like there's a screw there. And let's just take a look around here and see if that seems to be correct. And the easiest way to keep track of the wires is to take some pictures or a video. Now, if you're going to take a video, make sure you move it around, get the different angles, because otherwise you might not know where that third blue cable goes. By the way, there isn't three. Could be. And as you can see here, the only screw that's holding this in, right there, is not a Phillips. It is, in fact, a Torx. So I'm going to have to go get a small Torx to take that out. So I managed to get that screw out, but in the end I ended up using some IT tools that I had, because it's a T8, Torx 8, and it needed to be very short, the handle. So even this was quite long, and but anyway, I did manage to get it out. And yeah, so let's now see how I'm going to move these wires. And instead of, I'm going to take a shortcut here. One way to install the new one is to pull all the wires off and remove the unit. One way to go. The other way to go is just to remove the unit and then to put the wires on the new one before disassembling. So let's just take a look at that. So I'm just going to twist this out. There we go. Come on. There we go. So that just slid down. This will slide just up. There we go. Oh, easy. Okay, great. Now, can I pull this back? I can. Let's see if I can get the new one in. And then I can just move the wires over. That's the easiest way to go. Then I don't have to pay any attention at all to what wires are what. So, let's see. That slides in there. That clips in. And then on this side, I know it's hard to see, but I have to slide that up. Push that in a bit and slide it up. All right, so as you can see, the new one is in. And before I go any further, I want to go around and make sure that the shaft is in the dead center. And it is. Now I'm just going to start moving wires over. So as you can see, I've taken this one off. This is a double. So here you can see I've pulled off 4 or 5 of the wires and I've put 4 or 5 of them on. And I'm just going to continue to work my way around, pull one off, put it on. Now I should point out that these are more than finger tight, so I'm having to use needle nose pliers to pull these things out. So you're probably going to have to do the same. So that's all wired up. Now I just need to put that screw back in. Now I realize it's awfully hard to see, but anyway, I can't do that and hold the camera, so I'm going to have to do that on my own. But it's very small, and again, it's a Torx, so it's a bit of a problem. But I'll get it done. There we go. Now the new switch is in, and we're on our way. The new timer unit, I should say. I guess it's really not much of a switch, although it's a switch timer, so there you go. Anyway, to get that screw in, I misspoke. I didn't misspeak, I was just wrong. It's not a T8, it's a T10. However, to get a screwdriver in on the angle I was at, I had to use an 8. And that worked. I also used needle nose pliers to get it out. It was a pain. But other than that, it's just pretty straightforward. So I'm going to put the back on now, and I'll put the dial on. Let's see what happens. Okay, so let's take the dial out. I've already torn the bag, so it'll just fall out. Because I have one hand. It's not very handy to do with 2 hands. There we go. Now you'll notice there's a flat spot on here to go into the shaft there with the flat spot. Flat spot's on the bottom-ish in my case. It'll definitely be in a different place in yours, but anyway, that's where it is. Let's see if it spins. Look at that. Like a glove. Okay, now the only other thing I didn't mention, which is obvious but critical, so I'll mention it, is unplug it. Do not work on this while it is live. 110 probably won't kill you, but it isn't going to feel nice, and you'll end up going to the hospital. So unplug the stupid thing. And that is how you fix the timer switch on a GE dryer. Now, just one more thing that I should mention. These parts are available all over the place, but you can shop them around because they really do make a difference sometimes in the pricing. So in my case, if you're looking for parts, the thing you need to have is the model number. So in my case, it is right there. And in most GE cases, it's right inside the door. In yours, it might be on the back or on the front door or something, but that's mine. So yeah, if you have any questions or concerns, please get a hold of us at www.urtech.ca. Thank you. Bye-bye.